And then you can date apps on the
Hell
computer.
yeah.
Wait.
But all he'd do is
remember-
just record everything.
I think you
Well,
can
okay,
date that.
Go to the computer in the date.
You can date the phone and you can date the computer. I don't think you can.
Craig.
I don't think you can
Snapchat.
date apps though.
You could date Instagram.
I'm
You could date
googling it.
YouTube.
Because I'm outside
I
about
didn't want to
apps
date
and
Instagram.
You could date email.
If all of a sudden Facebook would just be an old person.
I'm trying to think. What would be a good phone app that for dating
Or-
everything?
Or a MLM boss babe. She would be on Facebook. So that would be a Facebook, actually. An MLM boss babe. Hey, girly. I know we haven't talked since high school, but...
Oh my god, TikTok is a date everything.
That would be terrible.
My TikTok has just been very depressing lately, so I've just kind of been taking breaks from it.
Heard that.
Yep.
I have very much curated my For You page.
Oh no, I did too. It's just, yeah. Rule 6. So I have been drowning myself in K-dramas lately.
What I keep getting on my For You page is the guy that does the red flags. He does the red flag and the green flag.
Red flag.
I get a lot
He's,
of those.
Hopping around.
Get honey roasted, yeah.
Yeah, I get a lot of DnD, like people talk like jokes and stuff. A lot of like memes.
Mm-hmm.
This piano, Tim. This is what I was talking about.
It's called Dark Emotional Piano.
Gotcha.
Is it dark and emotional?
Not a very descriptive name.
It's you know, I guess it feels a little dark and emotional.
It feels emotional and dark. I think it does at least.
Maybe a little melancholic, a little sad. Speaking of emotional things and being sad, is everyone
Getting losers,
ready?
we're leaving the town. Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, what happened?
So
What did you guys
Brand
do?
knows.
What?
He knows.
Okay, saying he knows. Saying it a second time does not give it any more meaning.
I
than it
know,
did the
but
first
it's just kind of like the Dark Brotherhood, like we know, just like vague to be vague, but
yeah, but I don't know what you know that you know.
fair. So
someone tell her,
basically, yeah, I was getting to that. I was just doing a funny. So
I swear
anyway,
to God,
when
I watched the stream.
Right.
I promise.
Anyway,
No, I swear I did.
so basically we split off into groups. Geld went off with most of the girlies, and then me, Liliana, and Sylvan
You mean with
went.
two girlies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like most of like we gotta get
There's
there
four
in order to get there. Stop it.
I know all of this. I did watch the stream.
No,
I know.
this is a recap for everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
Sorry, go on.
You're not special in this situation where this is for the listeners.
Yes. Yes. Anyway, peanut gallery, quiet down. Anyway, yeah, me, Sylvan, and Liliana went over to meet up with Red Brand, quote unquote. They were already gone when we got there, and we left after basically saying, he's probably gonna go and try and kill us and the shopkeep, since we made it there late. And now we're basically we're leaving. We're leaving the town.
Well, also there we discovered an ancient Draconic language. I think it was Draconic, right?
It was
Yeah,
Draconic,
it was Draconic.
yes.
Draconic.
Yep, it said, "The fire of the blood makes gods of us all."
And then we came back and we played a nice little game of just where the hell are our friends. And then I found one singular tiefling soldier who is probably a token hire, just so that the mayor can be like, look, I'm not racist.
He's a DEI hire.
Yep.
Jeez.
And listen, that's just what happened. And then he very sneakily was just like, not here, at the beach. And I think he said 2 a.m. 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
And
yeah.
then, yeah. And then we found
Elyssara
them.
invisibility.
And now we're gonna. So, obviously, we're gonna be leaving soon. But I want to hit up the beach. And that's yeah. We kind of ended finding Geld and everybody.
Yep. You're staying with a orc, half orc woman, Gorka.
Liliana is about to have a sneaky link.
No,
And,
I think he's gonna. I'm assuming it's not gonna be something about the tieflings not being safe in
Oh,
this town.
100%.
I just
Yeah.
want the gossip. I'm a
Can only
slut for
hope.
gossip.
So you're a slut for gossip?
Hell yeah.
We're gonna have a stroke after this.
Give me them deets. Okay.
Give me the- Okay,
Was
and
it-
suddenly we're back.
There was
We're
that's
so
that's
fucking
another
back.
1994.
that's a phrase I use constantly. Is I'm a slut for, but usually it's like cheese or sushi or something like that.
All good things
It's
to be
an
sluts
interchangeable word.
for. I know that I am a bit of a whore for, some sushi,
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
definitely.
some Thai food.
Although I'm
Or
so
ramen.
basic though. Get me a good California roll. I'm fucking set for life.
Speaking
take
of whores,
Let's go.
so you all find yourselves in a quaint little home amidst the bazaar of Stormreach Port that is being offered up by a half-orc. We're not really going to call her an innkeeper, but she does have a room for rent, and that's what you're using.
What time is it right now?
So you were supposed to meet the contact at Everwatch Rise at midnight. Directly after that, directly after that, you split up and went separate ways. It took about maybe like several hours or so for the group who went out into the dunes to come back. So I'm gonna say it's probably the next day, almost 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, and this was about when you met this dude, just patrolling the streets. So basically, he means this coming morning, not the one that you're in currently, but the next day. So it would be.
Damn, we gotta stay an entire day.
Well, the reason, one, you see him out now because that's when he's doing things, but the other reason is clearly that there is some important information he wants to give you that he can only give you at a certain time.
Well,
Yeah.
that sucks.
So, yeah, it's about like 5 or so in the morning, but you wouldn't really know because the eclipse is still high in the sky.
Well, I'm gonna take a nap then, or sleep, since I've been out all night wandering the town.
And the one room that you
Why do you
guys
think that
have,
with the-
it's got
I was
2
about to say with the
beds.
chainsaw.
Yeah, it's got 2 beds. There's decent enough floor space, but again, it's not really meant to be like an inn room. It's actually kind of larger. This is more for like a family, this house, versus like guests.
We're families.
Well, it goes a little bit beyond that, but we will say, however, in the room, as you're getting comfortable, you're noticing that there's a bit of memorabilia around the room that's placed strategically. There is, I said there was a vanity, there's 2 beds, and then there's a dresser. And there's no closet. On the dresser, there is a illustration of a family. You definitely recognize one individual in the photo, and it's Gorga. Definitely younger. She's got a little bit more hair. She is carrying a sword in one hand. She has her left hand over the shoulder of a younger half-orc male character. Can't be more than 15, 16, judging by his size. And then beside them all is a human. Tall, broad, very muscular. And he's got short hair, kind of a kind smile. He looks like he's laughing in the illustration, and they just seem happy. Everyone has a smile. But you don't remember seeing or hearing anything about family that Gorka might have mentioned. In fact, this room seems kind of melancholic. It's dry and dusty, and the eclipse light that's coming in through the window, it's like kind of casting rays over these two beds, and you're noticing that they look like they were maybe occupied once before and no longer. So, when you guys do finally go to sleep, or at least meditate, or do whatever you want, you could just stand there. Few hours passed. You guys just want to do like a short rest? You want to do a long rest?
Me and Shirali can do a long rest.
I am Edward Cullen style staring at my sister.
Let's do a short rest. I don't even need anything.
Oh, I was
I
gonna say I would like a long
rest.
rest.
Oh, we can do a long rest. That's fine.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I am mainly saying a long rest because I can actually fit it in with the time schedule.
Also,
let's do
yeah.
that.
I mean,
Long
I have nothing that I need to do during the day, so I can be long resting while y'all are off doing shit. But I have my spell slots and shit that I want back.
Yeah, I was about to say.
No, we should all be together. So, yeah, let's do long rest.
Sounds good. Then for 8 hours. So we'll shift it to 5, 10. I suck at math. 1 o'clock.
1, 2, 3, skip through 1 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
Jesus, that was violent.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I could hear it from here.
Yeah, I have a particularly loud sneeze. It startles my wife every time.
I bet.
So anyways, just want to look at one thing real quick here. Where is my shit? That's where it is.
About how many dead families we're gonna encounter today.
Hey, Elyssara is not for the faint of heart. There is...
Do you know the time that we were going to leave to meet Redbrand?
I assume probably right after we meet this tiefling.
So we're at...
At 2 a.m.
We're at
Wait,
1
so
o'clock.
we...
Red Band's gonna be sleeping.
Yeah, also, aren't we leaving? Are we not seeing the Red Brand at all?
No, you guys have made a second thing with the guy about going over to his base.
Yeah, you said that
Oh.
he had offered to lead you to the outpost, which he believes is where Redbrand might be.
And the outpost is like a really long ways away, so it's not like we can go there and then come back to the city easily.
Right.
They also
it's-
mentioned that it was very dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the outposts is here. He considered the outpost and maybe like these stones to be the border in which he has influence. So like from here all the way over this way to like this exterior portion of the plains area is all his territory. He controls the flow and the trade between Stormreach and Emberfell. So he is quite the person to either avoid or get in league with.
So something like the box I made kind of situation.
Yep.
Dang.
So yes, he has quite the influence and a substantial militia backing him.
Sounds pretty dangerous.
Anyways, so let's bring everyone back to the Stormreach Port.
So here's my only thing about leaving. That amulet that we suspect is a wish amulet, are we gonna come back for that? Or is right now the only chance to get it? Because I know Sorry, go ahead.
I think that we'll probably come back for it at some point. The only reason I just don't want to leave right away is because that guy said that he wanted to meet with us at 2 a.m. and that's a very time-limited thing. The wish amulet, I think we could come back for. I don't think we're high enough level to steal that yet.
I
Agreed.
say we pull off a heist after we're done. I'm just kidding. We
After
don't.
we're done.
I was about to say, with what?
With my stealth, and that's it.
Always
You have a plus 10 in stealth.
What's that, Crazy?
I just remembered something. What's that guy we were talking to the Everwatch Rise?
Cameron?
Which shop? I would say, which shop did he own again?
The Crown Jewel.
The Crown Jewel.
So wait, so the shop owner of the Crown Jewel, where the amulet is, wants to meet Red Brand.
Correct.
Can we just ask him for the amulet?
No, I think what Crazy is getting at is if Marcira was told to steal that amulet from the Crown Jewel, why does Tamarin want to meet up with Redbrand?
Yeah.
The very person who essentially just tried to steal from him, but that also does open up one other question. Does the shopkeep have this jewel and Redbrand knows about it, but the shopkeep has no idea that Redbrand was the one that tried to steal it?
Wouldn't shock me.
I'm assuming that he just doesn't know that Redbrand was trying to steal it.
Because he did ask for a proxy, or he hired a proxy to go and try and steal it for him. So there you go.
I mean, it makes sense that he would hire a tiefling to go and steal because it wouldn't. I guess it would raise less suspicion, maybe. But,
Yeah, possibly.
who knows?
Anyway, so sleeping.
You can always rely on racists to be racist.
What's everyone doing who only does like a short rest or sorry, not a long rest or a short rest, but rather doesn't need to rest, and what are you doing?
I mean, Ishal doesn't sleep, does he?
Nope.
I was about to say, I'm just standing in the corner, or probably sitting in the corner, looking at Marcira sleep. So if you want to come talk to me, you can, but I don't have anything that I need to be doing.
Well, same, but also I think we're in separate areas, right?
It's just one room upstairs, so no, everyone's in the same room. Yeah.
Yeah, Ishal's probably just kind of busy reading.
Damn, okay. I see how it is.
Marcira
Well,
will
Well,
be
hey, if you want to
snoring a
talk to
little bit.
me, like if you want to talk to me, like
Why do
go
I
ahead,
have to
like,
initiate the conversation?
No, you have to initiate the conversation.
You always call. I mean, I always call you on the phone, but you never call me.
I'm just yanking your chain.
Just kidding. Anyways. So yes, if you are doing that, then we'll say Marcira is sleeping, or rather just laying, relaxing. And
We're still not talking to each other.
right, she's upset. But anyways, time passes surely, and any I would say that throughout the hours that everyone is upstairs getting some rest, once in a while they'd hear some some banging downstairs. Gorka probably moving some stuff. You do hear and smell some cooking happening. Like you hear chopping, and there's like an aroma of green vegetables being steamed with some kind of meat, and it actually smells decent enough. Nothing fancy, but anyways, round 1 o'clock or so, everyone gets up, finishes up with their rest, and gathers their things, and you all descend. Yeah, sorry.
I paint my horns so that the gold is not able to be seen again.
You don't want to get harvested.
It's time for arts and crafts.
I don't want people knowing I'm a noble. We're keeping it hush hush up in here.
Bad enough she's a
the
tiefling.
ivory salesmen that are hiding outside the corner.
Probably. No, I just want to know that I'm hiding any part of it because I don't want to waste my disguise self right now.
I like it.
Has anyone ever explored that before? Ivory salesman, but tiefling.
Yeah.
So
that's
terrible.
crazy.
That is crazy. Some black market for it.
After painting your horns and everyone getting their things, you all descend back downstairs. Gorga does have it's like a table that would normally seat 4. She's got some platters of food ready. She's already grabbed herself a plate and is munching. And you notice that her plate is kind of hefty in comparison to what's left, but she nods and smiles as much as she can when you get into sight, and she says, through kind of chewing, she just says, "Off so soon?"
Mm-hmm.
Okay, even though I hate the chewing noise, we are not going to shame this woman for how much she's eating.
She's a nice lady. Leave her alone.
Yeah.
We don't do that in this house.
Yeah, agreed.
I made some food for all of you if you're hungry.
I don't want to offend, so I will have some.
Likewise.
What does it look like?
It's actually pretty decent. It looks like it's just some steamed vegetables with just roasted meat.
Delicious.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's not pate like you're used to, but you know.
It's the best meal we've had in a little while, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So, thank you, Gorka.
Hell,
You're lying.
Ishal would have probably had a bigger plate.
You're lying. This isn't that good.
No, we've been traveling quite a bit, so it's hard to get a decent meal.
I'm
Indeed it
touched.
is.
I thank you for the compliment. Will I be expecting you back?
I'm gonna kind of look at everybody at the table. What do you think? I don't know.
It's okay if you want to leave. Most come and go just as quickly as you have.
He
We
he
do,
kind
it's
of
not
just
because
looks.
of you.
Oh, that's sweet, dear.
Oh, I love Gorga.
Perhaps we will stay another night. We do have other business in town that we need to attend to at some point.
In that case, I won't charge you up front for now. Just when you do come back, make sure you leave your shoes at the door. I like to keep a clean floor.
Of course.
I wouldn't dream of messing up your hard work.
She's like staring down at your feet that have boots on them right now, and she's just like,
Yo.
She blinks.
Take my boots off,
And then she just whispers under her breath, "I'll kill you."
So I take them off. I'm just kind of holding them like dogs out.
You just see Gloka just start
apologies.
slowly sharpening a knife.
No, she just kind of smiles slightly on one corner of her mouth. She says, "It's fine, dear. Just don't let it happen again."
I've visited so many temples where I've needed to take off my shoes. Honestly, it was disrespectful of me. I'm so sorry.
She just chews and says, "Now, do be careful. These streets aren't safe these days."
So I've been told several times.
My hood back up.
By a lot of people.
Okay.
Thank you for the warning.
She nods and just keeps chewing.
Yep.
And you all leave.
I don't want tieflings on the streets.
Well,
when
Go ahead, Wraith. Sorry.
yeah, sorry. Like Ishal probably would have had like a bigger helping.
Oh, okay. I like it.
Yeah.
You're
I
like
want to
about
hear
to
more
leave
of
and you-
Torka's past stories.
I need like a size reference for Ishal now.
Like in
We
terms
just
of
need an
the
update.
in terms of your stomach.
So, okay, we'll do this then. Obviously, you've all seen Ishal eat a rather large amount of food in the small amount of time that you've known him. And it's starting to pack on. I mean, you see that his waist area is, well, how would you describe it, Ishal? Kind of maybe a little bit more plump than usual?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. But yeah, it's catching up on him.
Mm-hmm.
You need those
Yeah,
trousers
up the
fixed.
pounds.
I mean, I don't sew, but I'm pretty sure my sister does.
He just kind of looks down like, oh, I'm fine.
Marcia says,
Are you sure?
Yeah, positive. As he just kind of like he covers his mouth for a burp.
Marcia said, go ahead, sorry.
I actually knew a few nobles that had their trousers enchanted so that no matter what their size they fit, we could maybe see if we could find you some.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like Ishal just kind of yeah, fuck. Like Ishal just kind of has his eyes widen a bit and just goes like, no need.
So it's 1 o'clock. You still have some time to kill.
I want to know what Marcy was going to say when I offered.
Marcia is going to say, "Don't make it. Don't just volunteer me. The last time I sewed anything was when you ripped your robe running away from that jailer."
Well, why was I running away from the jailer in the first place? As I recall, it was because of you.
Well, that
Embroider? I assume that's similar to sewing.
doesn't make up for your clumsiness. Boom. Marcia is like, yeah,
You know
fuck
what?
you.
You're still not. You know what? You're still not. Why are you
Mic
talking?
drop.
I'm just kidding. Well, Marcia is not. I am.
Same thing.
All right. So seriously though, for the next 12 hours, actually, more like 13. Sorry. What do you guys want to do here? There's possibilities. I'm kind of curious. Just take a look at your skills and see what you have and see how you could like utilize it or just kind of leverage your skills.
So at present, my best skill is intimidation. Anybody need me to do anything regarding that?
I mean, I could throw in a very ironic thing for what my best skill is.
Okay. What would that be?
Athletics.
Okay.
Same.
What would you do with that?
Well, I don't entirely know. Like, it would probably just be like for heavy lifting.
Okay. What would you want to heavily lift?
No idea.
I'm just trying to get.
Yeah, no clue.
I'm just trying to see if jog some brainstorming
Really horrible
for
idea.
what you
I have
guys want to
something
do.
Anybody walking outside?
For the 13 hours that we have to wait.
Well, I have something that I want to do myself. Like not myself. Liliana has something she would like to do. Is there a bookstore in this town?
There's not a bookstore, but there's a couple stalls in the bazaar that have books.
She would like to look for books that have more like history or like things about like this local area so that she can kind of be acquainted with the local customs or like the I don't know, the things around this area.
Kind of heathens don't have a bookstore.
Okay. I like that.
I'd like to do a little bit of pickpocketing while I'm there too. Haven't done that.
Okay, those are all good things. So I think everyone collectively, would you all just go to the bazaar?
Well,
Yeah,
I was going to say
probably.
the cringe fail idea
Yeah.
is the Shawl doing push-ups.
With
Charlie
one
sits on
finger.
his shoulders, probably yelling at whatever the new members of this coal car,
As his new belly touches
intimidating
the
them into
ground.
worshiping.
His new belly just descends
Hey,
down to the ground.
it'd be weightlifting, and I would also be intimidating to hitting two birds with one stone.
All right, well,
No, let's go to the bazaar, guys.
Marcira follows you, Shirali. She's not saying too much, but she seems excited to go to the bazaar.
Spend
And
the money that we don't have.
Well, I mean, I still have a bunch of gold.
I don't even know
Yeah,
how
I
much
got a
gold I
bit
have.
too.
I have a bunch of copper pieces.
You should have gold because didn't we get
I
gold?
have
We
15 gold.
I'm about to get some more.
I thought we got 40 gold each. Am I crazy?
no, you're not.
Ooh.
Yeah, you found
found-
some platinum pieces and shit up in the observatory.
Oh, yeah. Wait, y'all doled that out?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
Yeah.
you miss things
I mean-
if you
No, I-
miss sessions.
Well, I don't think it was even
okay, I was
missing
there for
session.
that.
I wrote it in the here it is, 4 each. 4
Yep.
platinum each.
So 40
4
gold,
platinum
essentially.
pieces each?
But I will
yeah.
say, this is going to
Okay,
be...
now I have 5 platinum.
This is going to be...
Oh, and
I just didn't know that you had shared it. I
This
knew
is-
that you guys found it, but I didn't know that you had shared it.
so it's 40 gold each and 4 platinum each.
Ooh.
So I'm going to be honest with everybody here. Platinum is obviously quite rare, and it's going to be a harder time to exchange it unless you find some kind of a bank or someone who's willing to trade it. But it does have value. You can still use it for trading. You just probably won't be able to be like, hey, can I turn this into... you're not going to be able to be that asshole that walks into like a convenience store with a $100 bill and says, you got change? So it's going to be very minimal. Anyways, you get to the bazaar eventually.
Should we be disguised?
It's up to you.
Well, it's...
I've just been kind of not, even though I'm the one that technically could be disguising the most out of any of us.
Yeah, I don't know if... Honestly, we all just kind of stick out. And on one hand, I want to say, like, hey, let's just all go together as a group, but, like, with...
No, I'm alright.
Yeah, with how things are going, we might need to be a little bit more split up.
So I ought to be disguised, is what you're saying.
Especially
Yeah, probably.
Sylvan is wanting to
Pickpocket.
to pickpocket, so she's gonna want to be separated from the group.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you got it.
Okay. I'll use my thing.
Your thing. Ah,
Yeah, my thing. See, look, my thing. And
Kind of want to save mine for when we meet up with Red Brand, so I'm
wanna
gonna stay as
be in-
tiefling.
I want to disguise myself
What? Yeah, what are you disguising yourself as?
I'm trying.
Hmm?
I want to be a really hot elf.
Oh,
Why not?
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna also disguise myself because now that I'm thinking about it, we're probably gonna long rest before we see Red Brand. I'm just gonna disguise myself as a basic-looking human, like just not
average.
yeah, like the type of person that like you glance at and then don't do a double take, like just wants to blend in.
Okay.
I realize that Arwen is technically a half elf, but yeah, we're
Well,
gonna
you're
discuss.
still doing the hot elf.
Yeah, are you telling me Arwen's not hot?
I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth.
I use my thing.
Okay, perfect. Then yes, everyone looks fairly normal. Still got a couple of standouts, but
Fairly normal.
the bazaar.
Is Marcira disguising?
Yes.
Or is she? Okay.
She's got her hood up.
Just her.
Just her hood.
Did she use just her hood?
Just her hood.
God damn it.
She's gonna. Don't you worry. She can handle herself.
God damn it! You're gonna get us caught.
I thought you guys were kind of splitting up a bit.
She's going to get us caught.
All right.
Oh, do we tell everybody, hey, meet up at this location at this time before we split up?
If you do, the location and the time will be needed.
I think we should, so we don't have that situation like the last time where we're wandering around trying to find each other.
Yeah.
How about we meet back at Gorka, in front of Gorka's?
Sure.
Queen.
What time?
Queen Gorka.
Queen.
Much time
Well,
do we have?
My disguise self ends in an hour, so
All right, so 1 hour then.
yeah.
1 hour, Gorka's place. Got it. You all disperse. Let's see. First, we'll do the book hunting. Then we'll do the pickpocketing. Actually, we can kind of do both at the same time. Sylvan, you're going alone. And let's see. Are you robbing just anybody, or are you going to have kind of like a mark? You're going to be waiting for a potentially wealthy individual to...
Well, I'm going to be looking for somebody who's more wealthy looking, like the way they dress. Perhaps
Okay.
maybe they have a heavier coin purse.
Okay. Then I think for that, I'm going to need an investigation. You're using your wits. Interesting. There's a couple people here that fit that sort of profile. They exude a little bit of opulence just based on what they're wearing and how they're kind of holding their posture and talking to people. So they, and you do notice that on all of them, essentially, they have robes, but in between you can see the flash of like maybe some kind of clasp or something where a coin purse might be. And let me just roll something. Okay. We're gonna say that when you lay eyes on one of them, you immediately start making your move. Go ahead and roll a stealth. Just to... Okay, perfect.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, you're using the crowd to your advantage a little bit. I'm not giving you advantage, but you're getting close enough where you can reach out. And what do you do in this instance?
I suppose I would like to just try to do like a sleight of hand thing, like maybe like brush up against him real quickly.
Okay. go ahead and roll that then. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry for ever having doubted you.
So you kind of brush against this guy and you bump him a little bit, and he just says, "Hey, watch it."
Oh, excuse me, sorry. Fairly crowded around here.
That's all right. And he just turns back to talking to one of his workers, it looks like. And you pocket the satchel, which is substantial. You can feel the weight in your hand. It's probably a good grab. Nice. And do you want to try again with the other guy? Or do you want to kind of quit while you're ahead?
I want to go for the other guy.
Okay.
If you get arrested, I can't use my seal to get you
I
out.
know.
I have a really bad feeling about this.
It's okay, but Sylvan can't help herself. When I see something valuable, I need to have it.
Do it.
So what do I need to do for this one? Another stealth?
Stealth, please. Yes.
I love it when people play like so hardcore to their characters. Ooh. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So you could probably guess with great accuracy that there is no way that even if you were to fail your sleight of hand miserably, that he would have even noticed you coming. Yeah. You could probably like be right next to him, breathing over his shoulder or in his ear, and he wouldn't notice.
Nice.
So,
completely oblivious, this man.
Yes, he is walking in front of you, kind of away from the bazaar towards the harbor, and you take your moment in between some people parting in front of you, and you reach out and go ahead and grab your sleight of hand roll. Jeez. One moment.
Nice.
Yep, that's a confirm. Same thing. What do you do?
Oh geez. There's more people?
No, like what do you do that you succeeded? I'm just asking you what you do specifically. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. I wonder if maybe I could just take my dagger and just kind of like cut the string off of his satchel or something, and just grab my hand under there and just quickly take it. I don't know. I don't know what he's wearing. You said it was like robes or something.
This guy has he doesn't have any robes on. It's actually just kind of hanging there.
Yep. Is he in a crowd of people right now?
Somewhat, yeah. So
okay.
It's easy to approach and take care of that. You take your knife out. You don't see anyone looking at you, and snip.
Yep.
And you just walk past them. You move everything inside your robes or your cloak, and just walk away.
Yep. Now I'm done.
Perfect. You find a alleyway close by, and you count your spoils. So let me get... I'm going to have to get out my trusty little magic item. Not a generator per se, but all the information.
Is that a chuckle I heard? Oh boy.
Okay.
You have now been cursed.
Equipment. I'm looking for it. I thought I had it. Very sorry. here we go. I think. You know, maybe I don't have it. I didn't copy it over yet. Shit. Then we'll do this. Okay. Sorry.
Problem?
Usually I have loot ready to go, but this was a random looting.
You're all good.
It's okay. Stuff happens.
Yeah, and I wish it was this webpage loading.
Was it Legend Keeper?
No. It's a really ridiculously slow. There we go. Okay. Alright, so you have a total of 400 gold. You got 5 platinum. You find a sort of bracelet-looking object that you determine to be a precious metal. You figure it's probably maybe mithril. And that is worth about 250 gold, you would say.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey.
You find a couple of really strange little iron balls. There may be a centimeter or 2 in circumference. You figured they're probably some kind of ammunition, like a
Pellet?
a pellet or something for a sling. Yeah.
Yep.
That's gonna be. I'll just give it to you. That's +1 ammo. There's 10 of them.
Okay.
And there is going to be 4 citrine gemstones. Those are worth about 50 gold each.
And these guys were loaded.
Yeah, they had a lot. And there is... Ooh. Okay. So you just found an interesting little trinket. You pull out from the satchel that it kind of looks like a small handheld mirror. The reflective surface is oval in shape, but the surrounding structure of the mirror looks to be made of something pale and stained, and it feels kind of dry and rough, and it you think it might be bone. And you don't know why, but it seems special.
Right. Well, I should probably get that identified then.
Yes, that would be good to do. And let me just mark this down in our items so I don't forget. Who does have identify?
No.
I don't think
I think none of us do.
Let me
Nope.
see. I don't even know
Why would
if
we
that's
take a spell
something
that's
I can
useful?
take. Well, I usually take it, but I don't know if sorcerers can. No. Artificer, bard, wizard, occultist can take it.
Well,
why would we take a
shit.
spell that would actually be helpful? That would be so stupid.
We don't have any of those classes in our party, so
That's a bit poopy.
maybe as a feat I'll see if I can. What is it?
What an eloquent way to
You could get
describe
a dragon mark, Tristan.
That's true.
Aren't there like some feats where you can like get spells from different classes?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that
I believe
too.
so. And you can just cross-class.
Yeah,
Which would be
I'll become a
interesting.
bard.
So this is going to be a... Sorry. Got it. Okay. This will be very interesting. And that's going to be... Got it. Perfect. Let me just put the notation right there. This will be really interesting for you guys to discover.
When we finally figure out what it is.
Yeah.
In about 10 years, when we level up eventually and can identify.
Okay. So Sylvan, successful. Very nice. I hope everyone marked down that that find.
I assume Sylvan did, right?
Yeah, I'm typing it in my sheet right now.
Okay, I was like, I haven't been because I
I
mean,
say, not my treasure, not my
I
mom.
wasn't there, so I'm not taking anybody's treasure where I was not there.
I hope Craig remembers the treasure that was given and marks it into the summary. That would be great.
How dare you think
Remember
Craig
treasury.
is not listening?
All right, so bookstore or bookstall.
Craig is perfect and can do no wrong.
There's a couple, like I said, that have books, but they don't have many books. Most of them seem to be thematic in some way, like poetry or fictional tales, and not necessarily historical. But roll me a D100. I want to see something on my end.
Oh.
Oh. Well, let's...
Sounds like we're doing bingo.
Why are you getting so lucky with all the D100 rolls?
Because
Built different.
She's
D&D God
beautiful,
loves
she's
me.
perfect. She looks like Linda Evangelista. She's a model.
So I told you that I typically have like a homebrewed D100 system where, based on probability, I want to get it completely random. So I try and like have someone roll and I'll roll, and if we're kind of within a threshold area of each other's rolls, I'll consider it a success, or that thing that you want happens. So you roll an 84, I roll a 90. So very close. So you pass by one stall. They didn't have what you were looking for, but the next stall is seemingly run by nobody. But as soon as you get up close, a gnome kind of pops out from underneath the counter and stands up on a stool. Hi, miss. Can I get you anything?
I was wondering, I'm not from here, you see, and so I was just wondering if you had any books on the history of this place. I'm very interested.
He adjusts a monocle on his right eye and squints a little bit. Historical accounts. I have one. It's an old tattered thing, but it's in that stack right there. And he doesn't want to reach for it because he doesn't want to climb over his counter. And he just points to a book stack that has like maybe 10 or 12 books, all similarly sized. And he points to, he's like, yes, that one right there. Yes, the small one, the black bindings, gold inlay. And
I very carefully take it so that the other books don't fall.
Yep. Let me just double check one thing on my end. Really sorry that I keep pausing.
No, you're good.
but I need to be sure.
Listen, Liliana just is a book hoarder, and this is gonna happen. Like everywhere we go, she's gonna be buying books.
So the title is The Rise and Fall of Man.
Ooh.
And there is, let me just get a name here.
Man, this is really what we've been waiting for.
No. Let me just type it here.
We've been waiting for the downfall of man.
Written by Dragus Morvain. And you open it up, and the gnome starts talking to you. I haven't read it myself, but it goes into great detail about these southern reaches that we're in. And first couple pages you read fairly quickly because they're going through very simply that mankind, or at least humanity, or mortal kind, has throughout the history of Elyssara always tried to reach beyond their station, and they cite historical accounts such as the Sundering, and how after the Sundering, mankind looked for a bit more down-to-earth way of showing their power, showing their worth, and a lot of it did come in the form of warfare. It is believed that certain groups of individuals, after the Sundering occurred, splintered off throughout Elyssara and all formed sort of their own little individual, not colonies, well, maybe colony at first, but it blossomed into like just completely different ideologies. And one of them took root around the city of Talendor. And it started apparently in Echo Lake within the Amber Grove, about a mystical event that was supposedly responsible for imbuing one individual. Let me just write it in here. Okay. A guy named Nick Tull Baldrock. He was an Earth Genasi, or Genasi, however you want to pronounce it, that was at the center of this mystical event. No one knows exactly what happened. He went to Echo Lake. He came back changed. He came back rivaling powers of gods. So he immediately used that to institute his own rule of law, his own way of living, and he used it to change and completely reshape the entirety of the southern reaches. Actually, it is believed that the direct descendant of Niktul is currently sitting on the throne at Talendor.
Nice.
So this guy was kind of known for being good to some, horrible for others. He was a bloodthirsty warlord. He would stop at nothing in his conquest of taking over everything he possibly could down here. One of the unfortunate, we'll call it, tragedies of the war that took place in the southern reaches was kind of, well, there's a place known as War God's Pass. It's just up Champions Run, and then there's a kind of long, untraveled, or at least it was at the time, roadway where two armies met, and apparently the battle was so loud and blood, there was a lot of bloodshed that the gods took notice, and it's believed that there is where Niktal met his end, and he supposedly, and this is just a legend or a rumor, or it's probably a myth at this point, that his spirit still, I wouldn't say infests, but is anchored at War God's Pass, and it is believed that anybody he deems worthy, that he's willing to impart knowledge to.
The War God's Pass?
Yes. So think literally Stormreach Port, the Outpost, Champions Run, all of it was created in the wake of this guy's conquest.
How much is the book? Just so I can pay the man.
He says, well, I've had that for quite a while now. Just take it. Just take it.
Oh.
You seem
Thank you.
You seem well off enough, but consider it a gift.
I still toss him a silver piece.
Oh,
What
thank
in
you.
the Disney princess?
And he just takes it and pockets it, and he says, I do have a number of other things for sale if you are interested, madam. Otherwise, you have yourself a good day.
I nod, tuck the book in my pack, and go.
Okay, and that's just like the first couple pages that you were reading.
She's gonna be reading this shit, like, all the time.
Actually, speaking of books, I probably should pick some up before I start skedaddling.
Okay. I like it.
So, yeah. I do want to gather knowledge, and I also kind of want to do the one thing. But one thing at a time.
One thing. All right, so what would you like to do then?
Ishal's probably going to look around and then find the same bookstall that Liliana was at, and...
We could say that maybe you see her over there. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just kind of look, see what is on sale when it comes to books, and Ishal will just kind of wait his turn before going up in line.
Mm-hmm. She steps to the side. Hello, kind sir. Step up. I have plenty of fine wares for sale.
Would you happen to have more books available?
Just that stack there, sir.
And he'll just kind of look at all of the books and just get an idea of what they're all about.
There's a couple books about poetry, and there's one fictional book seemingly about some kind of love between a mermaid and some sailor. There's a couple of books on crafting different kinds of potions. And then there's one that... Are you looking for anything specific?
More like non-fiction books, but like the crafting potion ones is not bad at all.
Okay.
Well, damn.
Is that an industry term?
Sorry, I was reading chat when you said that. What did you say?
I didn't say anything. I was just laughing at chat.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sorry.
Yeah. Nah, it's good.
So, there's one other book that seems to talk about myths and legends.
That one definitely peaks. Yeah, I think Ishal will probably just pull out the myth book and the potion crafting book and just go, how much would these be?
The potion crafting, that's going to be a little bit easier to find. We'll say a gold piece for that. And then for the other one, I don't remember where I got that. 3 silver.
He will pay it out. 3 silver, 1 gold.
And thank you. A pleasure doing business.
All right. And with that being done, Ishal will just kind of take the books, pocket them, and then head over back to. God, I want to say. I don't want to say Grockles because I forgot the name.
It is Gorka.
Gorka. Sorry. Gorka. Yeah. Yeah. Ishal will head back over to Gorka's place.
Okay. I like it. It doesn't take long for everyone else to arrive, but what does everyone like to do in there?
In our hour?
Yeah.
I guess probably just keeping close to Marseille, just in case. I mean, yeah, just in case something happens.
She seems pleasant enough. She's just keeping an eye on people as they walk by. Every once in a while, she'll steal a glance at you, and she'll just say, you're a little bit too quiet. Has anyone ever told you that?
Oh, yeah, I get that sometimes. Comes with the job.
Well, you know what they say about people who are quiet? A lot on your mind.
A bit.
You want to talk about it? She kind of like nudges you playfully. Huh? Maybe a little something about Geld?
Just probably what I'm thinking about is probably not appropriate to say around others. But I am thinking just about... Excuse me.
Sleeping?
That was me out of character.
That was for me.
Just thinking about planning to what to do next.
Planning. Nobody has a plan. I mean, sure, we can brainstorm and try and execute, but no, it doesn't work that way.
True. Fate's a twisted thing.
Oh, I wouldn't really call it fate, but well, I guess maybe I would. But enough talk about fate. What are we doing?
Yep, I'm just here to help you and make sure no one else tries anything.
Oh dear, I was just wandering around following you.
Well, it's up to you then.
She goes on over to a stall with some nice woven clothing, and she starts to kind of just browse around. You are adjacent to the stall that she's looking at. You're just kind of keeping an eye out, and well, you know that she's covered up most of her head, but a lot of people who have their eyes out for these sorts of things, they'll notice a couple of pointy, pokey-looking protrusions that are definitely standing out. And a few passers-by give her a look of not very much liking her. Overall, no one's daring come near you, but there are a couple that are carrying weapons who don't look pleasant, who actually do end up stopping close by and looking over at Marcira. One of them nudges the other and points towards her. And his buddy just nods, and he nods, and they both start walking towards Marcira.
I'd say it's the kind of walking tour. I would say Geld will probably walk in between, kind of get behind Marcel. Marcira.
Oh, fuck, no.
Um,
Absolutely not.
as they approach, they kind of point. One of them points at you and smiles, and as they get close, they stop, and the more broader of the two, probably the head honcho, he says, "Who's that you're traveling with there?"
I just say Gil just stares at him.
What?
Companion. Why?
Right. Let's just say I work for someone that's interested.
That way I could do like a intimidation roll, because Gil's just standing there trying to be menacing as he can be.
Sure.
Ready?
I don't know. I don't know if I said if I was doing anything.
I don't believe you did. What was your roll, Geld? I don't see it.
Oh, no, I was looking at some runes.
Oh.
Dang it.
I mean, if I'm the type to creepy Edward Cullen stare at her in the corner, I seriously doubt I would have gone anywhere where she's not in my sight.
Could I say I have advantage due to my armor being all
Warden,
jagged and messed up?
It's kind of scary to be stared down by somebody in full armor.
Yeah.
And also, I'm like 6'6".
All right, I'll give it to you.
So if I sense something going down, I feel like I'll be right there.
Even worse.
Oh no!
Oh my god! Can I please?
So you want to be traveling with Marcira and Geld?
Yes, I've been waiting to have a reason to be proficient in intimidation for. I don't even know how many sessions.
So Geld is clearly not
is struggling,
menacing enough for these two individuals to consider backing down.
Shit.
So
and I'm not myself right now.
1 second.
Okay.
No, you're an elf.
So
I'm a hot elf, as we recall.
The big guy, he says, I guess this one's a little bit smart, or should I say fucking dumb. And he starts reaching for a dagger at his waist, and he starts trudging towards you. But that's when Shirali, or should I say Hot Elf, what does Hot Elf do?
Hotelf.mp3.
Well, this is the thing. Now I feel like I need to have a secret identity, like a name for this person that I've become. Yeah, hold on.
Obviously, Liv Tyler.
I'm gonna. No, I'll find a name while I'm talking about this. Yeah, I'm gonna sidle up, cross my arms, look at them, and go, "Excuse me, is there a problem going on over here?" And do my intimidate thing.
Oh boy, what it sounds like you're like I don't know, like a librarian trying to.
Yeah.
I was thinking more like, like a rich patriarch person coming over and being like, "Don't you fucking cause issues in my city."
It's like it's giving Rowena Ravenclaw. Anyway.
You should definitely just flirt with them instead. If you're a hot elf, you'll definitely get their attention.
Well, if this doesn't work, then that's plan B.
Jeez.
Okay, am I doing intimidate?
I think so. The words, obviously, they're not quite intimidating, but we could say that you kind of throw your weight around a bit. You like put a little oomph behind them. Like, is there a problem?
Is there a problem, children?
Oh yeah, intimidation, please. I'm intimidated.
Oh shit! No!
No, that's still pretty good.
That's
16
not bad.
is a lot better than Geld, which is
Not
funny
good
since
enough.
Geld's fucking giant.
So now with multiple witnesses to this, as well as multiple combatants, the guy puts his dagger away and stops, and he says, that one over there, are you with them?" And he points at you, Shirley.
Does it matter? Are they causing you problems? Is there a reason for you to almost assail them? I think not.
Your voice
Would
sounds
you like me?
familiar.
Are you sure?
He can. Sure.
That's not suspicious at
I
all.
just take off the mask. Hey, sorry, we're just joshing with you.
I think you're misremembering, sir.
Are you having an aneurysm?
But just like imagine you're talking to somebody and you're like, your voice sounds familiar, and then they change their accent just mid-sentence. Like, that's not suspicious at all.
Just joshing you.
I think you're mistaking me for someone else.
Yeah. So,
Crap.
you see, our boss gave us a report of, well, we see 1, 2, 3, and there's a couple others that are traveling together. Couple tieflings, and, well, we're looking out for you, is all.
Is it safe to assume that I'm kind of traveling back towards the inn at this point when I see this? Because I'd like to just, like, kind of come up stealthily on this guy and maybe just hold a dagger right to his throat.
Whoa.
I mean,
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm handling
You're not handling anything. I'll take care of this.
so well.
I mean, to be fair, Liliana was also heading back towards the inn, although she still looks like a human.
Yeah.
You guys will say that with a little luck and a little bit of good timing, you do see a commotion going on between your group members and some thuggish-looking individuals.
Okay, we're going back to
Now we're
Plan
going.
B. Plan B.
It's more like, how many times can I roll to succeed at something? That's
Plan
the
B.
question.
Plan B. Flirt.
All right, so then I'm gonna need a stealth from Sylvan.
Too bad.
One moment.
Can I create a distraction and give Sylvan the help action?
Look at me, I'm a hot
Sure.
elf. Ah.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
just
well,
open
Like,
your
it's just-
Again, then.
open
just
your
like
shirt.
There you go. There's the better stealth
Guys,
there.
look at
Okay.
the honkers on that one.
No, I'm just like slowly pulling the shoulder off of off of whatever I'm wearing, and I'm like,
Slapped.
and you're doing such an effective job. But I don't think making a commotion in the marketplace is exactly the way to go about protecting us from, I suppose, horrid people.
So
I'm like cringing to myself.
Agreed.
you draw your. Everyone sees Sylvan just approach, at least the ones she allows to see her, and sure enough, you hear a little slip of the knife
girlfriend.
leaving the sheath and gets pressed right up to this guy's throat, and he just goes,
Your new friend.
"Who the fuck are you?"
It doesn't matter who I am. Who are you?
Based. All mega based.
I'm going to push the knife in a little bit deeper, and I'm going to be like, answer truthfully.
I'm just gonna have to come up with a random name.
Yep.
Yep.
On.
Yeah.
The dread of every DM ever.
We're just
I'm
gonna
saying,
call him.
Long
Seems
Bob
like a
Silver.
gym.
We're gonna call him Ted the Terror.
The terror.
So it's
The
terrifying.
other one should be Jim.
Everyone
and
calls me
Jim.
Ted. What's it to you?
Ted the terror, huh? Well,
That's just
Ted.
what they call me. Yeah.
Oh,
I think they should probably call you something a little different. Anyways, who's your boss? And I'm gonna push the knife in.
Sylvan's messing with Ted. I'm looking at the other guy.
I'm not fucking telling you. Just fucking kill me.
Wow.
I'm like approaching, and I'm like, what the hell
in
is
the
going
middle
on
of the
here?
marketplace? That's not very effective, Ted.
Anybody else want to have a turn with Ted? Now
I
that
think
he's
your
in a very
boss would be
vulnerable
very
position.
disappointed in you, Ted.
Can I try persuasion by talking to him?
Oh, I'm about to. I mean, if you go for it.
If you want to try intimidating, that's
I would
chill
give you
too.
Oh, I was gonna
advantage.
try intimidating.
Well, I mean, let's go with who mentioned their task first, I guess. Which would be the persuading.
Cool.
Go for it.
So I think we'll give you advantage on that because Sylvan is helping with the persuasion. Yeah.
Yep.
Come on,
Just a little
Ted.
friendly talk.
We just want to talk. If we don't talk here, we're gonna report you to the police.
I think he is the police.
You stupid.
Yeah.
You're all fucking stupid. We are the police.
Are we fucking kidding me? I didn't roll above a 5.
Ouch.
Oh, please. Okay.
In fact,
The rolls are so bad.
Wait, Tristan, what were you again?
I'm a wild magic sorcerer.
Don't you have magical guidance?
Oh, wait. I have. What do I have?
Magical guidance?
Have you tried looking at your kit?
Wild magic surge. I can roll a d20. Wait, not that. That's the wrong thing. What is it? Tides of Chaos? There's something that
Tides of
gives me.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Isn't that already
Okay.
advantage though?
Oh wait, but it's already advantage. I don't think I can get advantage on an advantage.
You cannot.
Damn.
I think later on in your shit, you can actually alter rolls or at least roll additionally.
I can, not until level 6.
Yeah.
So that didn't work. Question before I try and intimidate him into doing anything. Is there any weird sea monster thing that would be in the heart flow that I can talk about?
Wait, guys.
Friends.
Is he just working for the mayor?
Oh, wait, but that also just gives me advantage. Damn.
I feel like if he was working for the mayor, he would have just said the mayor.
Well, if he's the police, then he probably does work for the mayor already.
It's probably what the tiefling
Well,
was
that's
talking to us about later.
Yeah.
Why does everything just give me
Well,
advantage?
you know,
Damn it.
Speaking of guidance.
okay.
I need
I
help.
want to go and try and intimidate him again. Or no, you're doing a cantrip. Oh.
No.
If all else fails, we can do Plan C or Plan B first, because we still haven't done that yet. And then Plan C is where I just kill him.
You're also
Plan B.
you're also in the
Plan B
middle
was
of a
part of the
bazaar.
distracting thing.
You're in the
Yeah,
middle.
I was about to say.
How about we get him, pull them into an alley?
Yeah, agreed.
Sounds great.
Okay.
But then I want to try intimidating him again.
Before any of that happens,
God.
you're trying to muscle him into an alley.
Sylvan, probably.
Well, I have a knife to his neck, so I'm gonna gesture for him to go that way.
Okay, but what
or
about
I'm
the
gonna
other
push
one?
in further.
I think what we'll
No, get the
do.
other one.
I'm going to give you an option here.
I will
You
turn
are
this into a hostage situation.
you are sitting in the middle of a bazaar, just to give you an idea here, with a knife to somebody's throat, and you're about to move him into an alley, forcefully.
Yeah.
So
And this is the police.
I'm thinking that this is going to either call for some kind of a disguise roll or a performance check, because if you're trying to make this look friendly, you're not doing a good job.
Yeah.
What if I cause a distraction that brings other the eyes of everyone in the market somewhere else?
I mean,
Hmm.
that could lower
Do you have
the.
any fireworks?
Yeah,
I was
because
gonna say we look
I
like-
prestidigitation or minor illusion.
Minor illusion would
can-
be. Yeah, I mean, it's up to you.
Because I can cause sounds like a
Wait a
boom
minute.
or whatever. Like a loud boom.
I got an idea. But I am wondering, if this is happening, what's
Marcira. Is she
Marcira
helping?
doing?
Marcira is kind of standing back. Now she's heard the commotion. She's stopped looking at dresses.
No, really.
Good.
If that's what you're asking. She's like, oh.
Yeah.
Fighting over moi?
God damn it, Marcy, not the time.
That's some
Can I
idea for the.
intimidate them into walking peacefully into the alley? Maybe.
How about we just say you guys put them into the alley, because we're branching off.
It's
Like there's one thing that happens, and then we there's like a whole bunch of branching directions that we're building to outward from. We just have to have one task. So we'll say that sure, you lead him out from the bazaar and into an alley that doesn't have anybody in it. And
I didn't have a plan for after we got there. Someone else needs to.
so anyways, you have him up against the wall, I would say. And
Both of them or just one?
one of them is obviously being held at knife point, but the other is being kind of, he's on the periphery, just watching. He doesn't want to have any trouble, it seems. But this guy's got a big mouth, so.
I have just a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Can I, from behind one of the people who are bigger than me, like, just take a look through the Morrow glass to see their shadow light situation?
Okay. Yes, you can do that.
I want to do that.
All right.
Just peeking out from behind Guild.
So the guy that's kind of standing there watching, maybe a little scared, you see there's definitely a turmoil upon him between light and dark. Kind of even, maybe a little bit more on the light side. And the one that Sylvan has at knife point, he's definitely a lot darker, but still not quite fully.
So within normal bounds.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Sorry, I was curious.
Now this guy's probably just naturally this way.
Naturally an asshole. Okay. I put the Morrow glass back in my bag.
Okay. Anyways, it says, I told you I'm not going to give you any more information, so just fucking kill me.
You know what, Ted? You know what I'd love to know? Is what you were planning on doing before you were stopped because you're so ineffective at your job. Are you going to hassle her, arrest her, kill her in front of all those people? You know, Ted, I really, really want to know how bad you are at your job and how horrible you would have made the mayor look. Because I'm assuming that's who you work for.
You can assume all you want. I told you. You're not going to get anything from me.
Oh man.
This guy sucks.
I already tried persuading. I don't feel like it would be chill for me to try again.
We've done this before in the past,
Yeah.
where we have basically tortured somebody.
Does that seem worth it right
Sylvan.
now?
Yeah, it does. I want to know.
Okay.
Okay.
This was before you guys all started playing.
Oh shit. Let me see. Do I have something good?
But yeah, I can start maybe pressing the knife in somewhere where it's going to hurt really bad, and not, obviously not kill him. Answer the question.
Yeah,
Liliana's gonna back the fuck away because she's never seen y'all do this before.
Yeah. It's the darker side of
So
Sylvan.
glad he isn't here to see this.
Yeah, go on. It's okay.
He
don't have to stay
absolutely
for this.
grunts in pain, just and he powers through it. He starts breathing a little bit heavier, and he says, "Stabbing me with your little knife is not gonna make it happen."
Can I take out my sickle? Go, how would you prefer living without an arm or a leg? I feel like you would hate that a little bit more than getting stabbed by my friend there.
I mean, that's probably gonna be an intimidation check. I'll allow that.
And then you'll have to rename
I wasn't
yourself
trying
the
to.
One-Legged Terror.
I wasn't trying to make it a check, but, you know.
Is there a humiliation check that I can make too?
I mean, a 21 probably should do it, regardless.
Yeah, he being stabbed, kind of being in a helpless situation. He doesn't really want to die, but he also doesn't want to tell you any information, and he's kind of caught in between the rock and the hard place, so to speak. So, he says, "Fine. Fine. Well, you're right. It is the mayor. But as far as the other one
You
goes..."
kept it so well concealed.
And he says, "As far as the other tiefling, well, they're needed elsewhere. And the mayor helps with that. And that's all you're gonna get."
Are you sure you want to live with only one hand, Ted? How about one leg and one hand?
"Look, just go talk to the fucking
We
mayor."
We know it's the mayor. I'm gonna take the knife off of his neck at this point, but I'm gonna stare right into his face and I'm gonna say, if I ever see you near us again, I'm going to kill you. You will die.
Something about that definitely resonates with him. He looks, I mean, scared but angry as well, and he covers his wound with his hand, and he just kind of spits on the ground and then starts shuffling off. And his buddy waits for him to pass by him, and the buddy just kind of gives everyone a look like he's maybe quietly saying sorry.
Okay, so this guy's the only dick of this group.
This guy is chill.
Okay.
When he was saying the
Yeah,
other
did I do
tiefling,
that?
are we thinking he was talking about Marcira?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Because that was
Yeah.
originally how the interaction started. So,
Confusion. 'Cause he
yeah.
was talking about
Sylvan-
multiple tieflings,
Sylvan-
and I was like, "There's 3 of us."
Yeah,
Sylvan, I've never intimidated them.
You were
I've never
not-
interrogated someone before.
you're not disguised. Well, you are disguised as something other than a tiefling, so that's why he was referring to just the Marcira. He doesn't have any sort of magical sight or anything.
Cool.
I would hope not. That would have been really bad.
Okay,
Sylvan's
so
just gonna turn around and just say, I'm sorry that you all had to see that. I'm not proud of this, but we got our answers.
Marcira simply says, I enjoyed the show. I don't know anyone else.
Yeah, well, that was for you, so I really hope you enjoyed it.
And when did you get a sickle?
It's a long story. We can talk about it later.
What, are you just going to go cut some wheat somewhere?
You can
And,
cut your head off like it's wheat.
like you could.
We're not
And
going to test that theory.
so anyways, you guys wander off. Now that your hour is eaten up, you guys want to wait the rest of the time?
Yeah, I think so. Fast forward to
Yeah.
the beach part, I guess.
Yeah, after the shit that just happened, I think we should I don't know. I feel like Liliana would want to go back to the little inn thing and just have a slight panic attack.
Another
But she'll be
night,
fine
please,
by the time we
Gorka.
gotta get to the beach.
I'm gonna go hang with Gorka, even if she doesn't like me very much.
All right. Well, making your way back into Gorka's not establishment, but home.
Making my
Take
way
off my shoes this time.
I am keeping an eye out in case we get followed.
Okay. Roll me investigation on that.
Not perception.
I feel like investigation would be a bit more applicable to this. Only because you're generally using your wits to look for things specifically. Versus perception where it's like, oh, I smell something, or I know what something
So
smells like.
investigation is intelligent.
I said wits.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I wanted perception because I got advantage on that.
I see. Well, I can just double check exactly. Presence of something. Okay. No, you're right. I did that wrong. I don't know why I thought that was.
No worries.
Okay.
Hell yeah!
Wow.
Nice.
Pretty stark difference there.
All right, so what we're going to do is say that you're moving your way through the bazaar and back towards Gorka's home, and through the small but numerous twists and turns in the alleys. Every once in a while you'll think, that person's following a little bit too close. But then you'll turn one corner and they'll just move past like they weren't actually following you. Maybe you thought that they were at first because maybe you're a little paranoid. But you get to Gorka's doorstep and you don't see anyone. No one's around the corner watching, nothing. A couple of kids run by and their parent just after them. But overall, you still do, however, see that homeless individual that's just outside Gorka's house, kind of next to one of the wells.
Mm-hmm. I'll probably wave to him as I walk by.
Okay. He nods. We're going to do this. I don't know why it was skipping out on me here. Okay. Whoa. That's the wrong one. We don't want that.
Epic drama in our game.
I was like, we're just skipping forward to the beach, right?
Yes.
Or are we?
Dun, dun,
No, you are.
dun.
It's fine.
But are we, though?
Yes, you are. So time continues. You guys are just, crashing a little bit in Gorga's place. And eventually the lull that normally comes around this time of day hits the streets. Things get really quiet. People start to retreat indoors to the inns and taverns and their homes. And I'm just gonna bring, here we go, 2:00. Okay. You're making your way downtown, just
Walking
like the
fast.
song.
Well,
Walking fast, faces
Well,
past.
I was more thinking
We are
just
not
you're
homebound.
walking downtown. You just got out of the forest and your phone is dead. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot him. Shia LaBeouf.
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
He's 30 feet.
So every once in a while, you'll pass by a guard or a soldier and give you a little nod. and you get to the I guess it's part of a old stone walkway that is just covered with beach sand, and it's like you transitioned from just stone and dirt to just straight up sand. And good.
I'm keeping my hood up until like we get there.
You go down the ramps, and immediately you notice a collection of they look like they're soldier types, maybe, down this way, standing at the water's edge. So you follow, or rather get close, I should say. Let me get some... Oh, I thought I had ocean sounds. I guess I don't.
Whoosh, crash. This is ASMR brought by Tristan.
Just need ocean ASMR to fall asleep to.
Alright, here we go. Let's try this.
Ooh,
That's
ocean.
good.
Why did I forget to open the Fantasy Plus?
You always forget to open the Fantasy Plus.
Mine was
I
still
do.
up from Sunday night, so I didn't even got
And look at that, it's the
really.
dulcet sounds of the ocean.
There you go. So, upon approach, you see that there's 5 people here, all wearing armor. The same kind of armor.
Oh, are we
I
walking
don't
into a
think so.
trap? Oh no.
That's exactly what I said.
Let's see. When you
Is the Tiefling
approach...
guy even there?
Yes, he is there. He's talking to his 4 comrades. And when he sees everyone getting closer, he kind of puts his hand up and waves very briefly. And the others that he's with turn their heads and look. And, well, there's a good mix of races here. Most of them are tall. There's obviously the Tiefling commander or captain. You think he's probably like some kind of captain rank individual. Mm-hmm. The others with him, one of them is very tall. You presume to be maybe a Goliath. The 3 others, 2 of them are human, and one of them is a dwarf. And when you get close, they turn to look at you, and you see that the armor they're wearing is not... It's not quite the armor that they were wearing when you first met him. It was like all bright and shiny when you first met him, but now it's like duller and darker, like maybe he's switched out of his normal attire into something maybe more familiar or comfortable, or maybe for different purposes. But he greets you with a smile, stern, but it's there nonetheless. And he says, "You made it. Very good. You've already proven more than sorry, my fucking leg just cramped.
Oh, that's so
Good.
rough.
No!
He just collapses to the beach. No, I'm just kidding.
My leg!
He says, "You've already proven you're worth more than originally thought."
Not sure if I should be offended or not.
The dwarf's like, "You definitely shouldn't be offended." He says stupid shit like that all the time.
I like this guy.
Agreed.
The tiefling, he says, I want to make this quick, so let's go over here. And he leads everybody. At least I think you're following. You're following, yes?
Yeah. Even our party icon.
Yep.
Yep.
He brings you over to the edge of the beach where the water meets the rock. And you notice that there is a small little alcove in between a couple of trees and amidst the rock face that he kind of brings you on over to. And there's it's kind of covered by some bushes, and it's imperceptible until you get close, but there's a path that leads through these bushes, through a dense set of trees, along the rock wall, away from town. He says, just stick close. We don't want to alert anyone of our presence. And he leads everybody along this path. He kind of every once in a while will gesture for you to stop because he thinks he hears something. And he brings you eventually to the end of the path, which I'll have to bring you out to the world map here. Okay,
This
so
is where we are all ritually sacrificed.
there
Oh, yeah.
is.
Oh.
He kind of leads you. Oh, that's the wrong button. Leads you along the edge of this shoreline for maybe a few hundred feet, and you emerge into dense forested area. The river is running to your right. You're a little bit elevated above the riverbank, and it's kind of a rocky outcropping. And you notice that at the end of the path where you emerge, the trees kind of they get very sparse for a moment and open up into I guess you could call it a very rough earthen terrain. There's a lot of rocks, and you notice that the terrain kind of slopes upward a little bit towards this rock wall that you've been traveling along. And there's sort of a cave mouth opening. And that's kind of not what this guy is here to show you, though. He says, come on, this way. Keep quiet. They might be here still. And sure enough, as soon as he says that, through a break in the trees up ahead, there's another small path that you see some lantern light coming down. 2 sets of lanterns. And he says, quiet, get down. And you guys all probably hide in the bush right behind you. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Although I have no idea why we're hiding.
Mm-hmm.
It seems this guy's trying to show you something. So these 2 hooded figures wearing kind of dark robes emerge from the trees and start to make their way towards this cave mouth that's up the slope. They're talking to each other. One of them saying, so, are you sure no one's followed us? Because you know what happened the last time that Zerdra really... You remember? And his buddy just kind of says, fuck Zerdra. If anything, he's fucking failed more times than I can count. And the last I heard, he's not fucking alive anymore. And then his buddy's like, but you heard the rumors. And he says, I don't give a damn about the rumors. They're nonsense. There's no such thing as life in the long dark. and they march up towards the cave mouth opening, and they kind of stop halfway up the slope, and they look like they're stopped right next to a large boulder. And at this point, you start to feel some rain dropping down. A storm's a-coming. Let me just do one thing here. I'm gonna get some rainy rain. Take 2 seconds.
Extra rainy rain.
Extra rainy rain. Ooh, that's good. I like that. Okay. Here we go. So, you hear thunder above your heads, and immediately rain just starts pouring down. And then the ones up ahead near the cave mouth, they're like, ah, fuck. Up to the cave. We can't do it here. And sure enough, they head on up to which you now see to be their light is illuminating it. And it's a pretty wide mouth. Probably 30 to 40 feet in length, and it gets, narrower and wider at different points. But there is most certainly a gap opening that they're heading through. And you see their light fade a little bit and then disappear. And now you're stuck in the rain, hiding in the bushes. And this guy who you've been following now, the tiefling and the others, he says, "You're armed, right?"
Michelle nods.
I nod.
I can be for a good enough reason.
Depends on what you mean by armed.
Well, I think it's time that maybe you know the truth. Well, let me just give you a name here. This name is going to be... All right, so he says, by the way, the name's Gendrick. And you're going to help me stop a grave robbing.
Oh, sorry, what now?
Uh-huh.
Literally,
Are we now?
Liliana's, her voice is just gonna raise, 10 octaves. Oh, she's never done this before.
Yeah, and Ashel just kind of cocks his head why grave robbing and why us?
Because you need to know the truth. And I don't think you're going to like it.
Sure it's not because we're expendable to you?
On the contrary. It's because we are not expendable that I am doing this. And that's when, as you're getting ready to head inside the cave, there is a wind that kicks up, and kind of the rain pattering down onto the ground, lifting all of that cold, damp earth smell up into the air. There's a little bit of a strong wind that passes by, a warm one that is, and you can't help but perceive a foul stench of rot on the air.
Delicious.
And that's where
Joy.
we're going to call it.
Yummy.
Joy!
The minute he told us,
I love impromptu ruin diving, or
the minute
tomb robbing.
he told us that we were going in, I would have cast mage armor. So just throwing that out there, put it in the chat so that I have that for next time.
Okay.
You got that, Gregory?
I think
Christian, write that down.
Gregory, did the beat go off?
I gotta save my squishy sorcerer.
That's right.
So I really, this is probably going to be one of the darker parts of the campaign that you're about to see.
I'm not gonna lie, I
When is it
totally
not
thought
dark?
I'm looking forward to it.
I was fairly sure we were gonna be seeing a sacrifice of a tiefling.
Yeah,
Of the way these people are
100%.
acting.
It was like, this is about to be Indiana Jones in the Temple of Doom. We're about to see tieflings getting thrown into the pit of lava.
It's not going to be horribly far off from that, but it's going to definitely be, well, I'm not going to spoil it, but
God damn it, we gave him an idea with the tiefling
I'm
ivory
guessing
salesman.
necromancy.
no, there's going to be some foul shit going on here, and it's going to involve a mass grave.
Probably. Because remember he said previously they did sacrifices of tieflings and because they thought that they were the cause for the long dark. They thought that if they sacrificed them then they could save it or whatever. So I'm wondering if it has something to do with those sacrificial.
Oh, man.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
crazy. All right. Good night, everybody.
Yep.
I'm going to
good
stop
night.
Craig.
Bye, Gregory.
Oh my god, bye, Craig!
Bye, Craig.
I will miss you.
Zim, are we doing the Baldur's Gate 3 thing tomorrow? Is that what we said?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Yes, we can do
Alright.
that.
Just double checking.
Let me just double check with myself too, because I want to make sure that that is indeed what's going to happen, because I don't want to be like, oh shit, it's Ashcliff. Sorry guys, we can't play.
Because I thought you said Ashcliff was... 'cause when I texted last week, you said Ashcliff, and then next week we'll play, I think is what you said, but I could be wrong.
Let me just double check.
Also, Ashcliff is the reason why I asked how that food looks earlier when you said that the innkeeper. I was like, I have some trauma responses towards innkeepers giving us food now.
Oh yeah, Tristan, did you get the video I sent you?
Yeah,
So we can play tomorrow.
cool.
Woo! All right,
So-
cool.
So
Okay.
Tristan, what did you think of the video?
I haven't watched it yet because you sent it to me like right now when we're...
Oh yeah.
Yeah, honestly, that probably kind of puts a damper on things.
You guys just keep getting involved in just crazy shit.
Yeah.
Washington is in PST, correct?
Washington, yeah, PST.
Yeah.
Washington State, yeah. How many? Okay, hold on. How
Why?
many hours away from
Okay, huh.
PST is PST? Shit. Okay.
What?
This is probably y'all are gonna hate me.
Can you not play tomorrow too?
Well, no, I can play tomorrow. So here's the thing. As I am still 17, I currently do not have the autonomy to prevent myself from being put on a plane and transported across the United States.
Oh, you're talking about
So-
when you can't make it next week?
Yeah. Because I will be in Washington State. It will be 7 p.m. when the games are.
Yep.
That's fine.
Yeah, we can say that next week is probably going to be a skip and then come back the week after. That makes sense.
But I swear to God, I have nothing on my calendar until... Actually, no, I don't have anything on my calendar after that, where I'm going to be out of town. So...
Sure.
I
Right.
promise! I promise.
Alright. I'm a hot head on out, y'all.
Yep.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.